Hey everyone, well, back from California. It was a wonderful time. Yeah, I feel refreshed. It was great. You guys will see in the video all the different highlights and different things that I went through. Day one we went through a lot more. Day two I didn't record as much, but I got a lot more done. And then day three we enjoyed some beach time. I think that was the best. You'll see my surfing endeavors, and I'll just talk you guys through it. Yeah, so here we go. By the time our flight arrived, we checked into our hotel and made our way to the convention center. There was still a huge line for it. Opening day registration began somewhere around 4 o'clock. We didn't arrive until 5:30 or so, but we still had a pretty long line to step into. In fact, the line was so long that security tried to make a gap in the line for safety reasons. Here are the wheels on the other side of the gap. The number of people that attended Blizzcon this year was somewhere between 26 to 35,000 people. I've heard both, so yeah, somewhere around there. I believe this skips to footage from Friday morning, the actual day of Blizzcon. I didn't really count registration as day one, since we basically just registered and then went back to the hotel. Anyways, once we passed our way through security here, we joined that sea of people flowing towards the opening ceremony. The auditorium was filled with haze. Add some, well, space blue lighting and you get a pretty neat effect, as you can see here. Overall, I was pretty pleased about the seats we found. Not only were we right behind 3 big screens, but we were also behind the technical control center, which was a pretty sweet deal. I enjoyed watching the behind-the-scenes work. After the ceremony, we rejoined the crowds. Occasionally, you would find a costume person surrounded by cameras, or inching their way around obstacles, or taking a break from it all to get a bite to eat, or even just enjoying a leisurely ride down an escalator. All in all, there were quite a few well-made costumes sprinkled about the crowds. There was also a large group of costumes around the guest services desk, where a bunch of them were gathering to see if they were able to get into the costume contest. They only accept 100, and as usual, there were quite a few that end up not showing up. Among these, I found Kate and Corey, also known as Cater 17 and Mr. Safety. I did my best to attempt an epic nothing. Basically where you stand there awkwardly with the captive individual for a period of time while they think you're going to be taking a picture. Usually this is done with a camera so that people actually think you're taking a picture, but I only had my flip. I think it still turned out pretty well, and by well I mean awkward. After that I went for a bite to eat and then figured it would be neat to record the walk back to the convention center. In wolf speed!
Yep, are they just gonna, I was like, the photo? Yeah, I was just gonna see if you had met up with,
Before the costume contest, I made my way around to check out all the statues set up throughout the convention. I also found the cast of the guild was there and had set up a booth right next to Fingerprints. A quick stop to sit on my throne like the Prince of Bel-Air, and then it was off to see the costume competition. Here are just a couple of the highlights. If you want to see the whole contest, either click here or look for the link in the description box below. Like I said before, I did not really have my camera up too often during day 2. I mainly spent time doing stuff, like taking a few pictures in front of the green screen, checking out the retro arcade, the artist stage, making my mark on the wall, having my face painted, and watching tournaments. Day 3 we went out for a drive. Oddly enough, it reminded me a lot of Iraq. All except for the really nice homes with huge glass windows.
Oh, really? Is that one? That's why I'm the navigator. I took a look.
Gosh, all these windows. Oh, to live in a warm environment.
Jesus.
Right? It's not even a wall.
Garage.
We eventually made it down to the beach.
Yeah, surfboards up there too.
That's what I'm talking about. The 4 of us enjoyed some sand time and just relaxed a bit with the sounds and sights of the ocean. Watching the waves were relaxing and all, but I really wanted to experience it firsthand. So I rented a surfboard and hit the salty sea. I am that little dot over there. See? Yeah, I didn't have too much luck with the waves, so after a while I decided to call it quits. The water was quite cold, as was the air. My fingers and toes were purple and numb. The waves also had their fun with me.
What's that?
It's tiring out there.
Yeah, it looked like you were kind of in the middle of them. Like it would crest, and then it would hit you, and then it would crest again.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, it was pretty good.
A couple pretty great layers up there.
Yeah, I liked it.
Almost got up once. All the other times, not so much. But I wasn't done yet. I decided to head out and try again. I may have stopped a bit close to the shore this time.
You alright?
After a few good laps, I made my way back out into the depths. There were a couple of close calls, but nothing that really stood me up.
Yeah.
It was a great experience, and I hope to do it again someday. After driving north a bit, we hit another beach. This time the sun was out, as well as a large flock of birds. We had a little fun with them.
That's not a pigeon.
Then I made a sandcastle. A sand person with an arrow through his head? I took some video of what we thought might be a resort of some sort. On the way back, we passed by the Goodyear blimp from left and found Randy's donut. And to finish off the video, I show you one more thing that I created in the sand. This is something that Katrina and I have done pretty much at every beach that we find. Sometimes we are together and sometimes we are apart. If we are apart, we try to take pictures or video to share with one another. October 23rd of this year was our 6th year of being together as a couple, and we are working on our 5th year of marriage. I hope to share this experience with her one of these days. I know she would love it just as much as I did. One thing that is for sure, hopefully, is that the next time I go to Blizzcon, I will finish that Demon Hunter costume and enter that costume contest. I have enough time now to plan for it and maybe even slowly build it. I may wait a bit on research until Diablo 3 actually comes out next spring. Then I can really see the different armor and costume options. Anyways, thanks for watching. And if you were one of those people wondering what happened to my snowman costume, It basically boils down to lack of time, money, and planning. I'm crossing my fingers on finishing it for the Christmas party. It would be totally sweet if I went to the department party as a snowman. Well, have a great rest of your day whenever you are. Goodbye.